2. Once again, Elizabeth Vargas.
When she arrived at Utah's Brigham Young University, freshman Brooke Wilberger had no trouble making friends.
Brooke was so much fun, embodied just a wonderful, great spirit.
She was also beautiful. Like, she was the definition of beauty for me, on the inside and out.
This is my home! Yay!
On the semester break after her first year, Brooke went home to Oregon. One day that May, she left a phone message for her mother.
Hey, Mom, this is...
Usual suspect in similar cases, the boyfriend. The man in Brooke's life, Justin Blake, was off on Mormon missionary work in Venezuela. He and Brooke had dated since high school.
We started going out to be my senior year, and I took her to Les Mis. And like half an hour into it, she asked if she could hold my hand. She was the brave one. And after that, we just, you know, just turned from best friends into a little bit more. And it was just perfect, you know.
We could not date until we turned 16, and Brooke dated Justin from the second she turned 16. And they were just so fun. She was just so in love with him and just really happy with their relationship.
I was going to propose to her. We were going to get married. We just both sort of knew what was going to happen when I got back from my mission.
The news that would shatter those plans reached Justin in Venezuela, delivered over the phone by his parents.
They just started crying when they heard my voice, and so I just started crying. And then my dad came on and just told me what had happened.
When the news of Brooke's disappearance reached her father, Greg, a chemical engineer, he was about to leave town on business.
I was in the Portland airport on a trip. They called me on my cell phone and told me that she was missing, and so I canceled my trip and got a rental car and came back here.
Greg Wilberger joined the search effort for his daughter that had been organized with unusual speed.
The community of Corvallis was wonderful. That first night, they had hundreds of people helping search. Our church organized it, but everyone in the community filled in, and it was just a massive effort.
There were a lot of areas to search, and some of it very heavy vegetation. In fact, I remember going home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and there were still 300 people doing systematic searches of concentric circles from where Brooke was last seen.
It was just phenomenal, the amount of people that we had looking for her. We looked everywhere. It's just very traumatic because you expect to find something, and as the search wore on, I mean, people were tired physically, and you know, I know that it was just really exhausting and frustrating to not find anything.
We searched till 3 in the morning, the first night, and then after that, you just don't know. You just kind of become sort of numb.
The first night ended with no sign of Brooke. In the morning, the townsfolk of Corvallis would awake to a shock of another sort.
The largest media onslaught that this city has ever seen. So I was pulled away from the patrol duties to the public information spokesperson.
We don't have any suspects developed. We don't have any vehicles we're looking for. And I can tell you, it's pretty frustrating.
The run-of-the-mill response is, they're here now, get them what they need, get them out of here, let us go back to our job and solve this crime. But we had to operate in a whole different paradigm for this investigation because we didn't have anything to go on. So we needed the media to stay here to talk about the case so people would call in tips.
19-year-old Brooke Wilberger was abducted on Monday, May 24th, while working outside of an apartment building.
The case was huge news in Oregon and across America.
And Mr. Wilberger, I know one of the reasons you're here is in case Brooke can hear you.
We just want to tell Brooke that we love her, and we hope that she'll have courage.
By that time, we sort of felt ourselves that somebody had taken her, and we couldn't be there to help her. She was all by herself.
Who took Brooke Wilberger? Authorities say they now know. Stay with us.
When Brooke Wilberger vanished, her family knew within hours and were able to galvanize police and their local community to quickly mount a search. Maura Murray, on the other hand, vanished on the country road far from home. As Elizabeth
Coming up on 2020 on ID, a beautiful college freshman, happy to be home from school.
This is my home!
Then one day, she suddenly vanishes.
We looked everywhere, then we called the police.
As hundreds searched, police find few clues.
What they found was just a pair of flip-flops.
And across the country, another college beauty leaves her dorm and never returns.
You found her car. She was in an accident. She's there. Where is she?
2 missing girls, 2 distraught families living with a nightmare.
We couldn't be there to help her. She was all by herself.
What happened to their daughters? Would they ever see them again?
It's pretty much all I can think of. And I wake up thinking about it.
Blind alleys, the odd stranger, a green van, clues in a double mystery, vanished, missing Coeds.
Hello and welcome to 2020 on ID. I'm John Quinones. It's the job of parents to worry about their children, even after they're out of the nest. But it never occurred to the parents of college co-eds Brooke Wilberger and Maura Murray that their daughters could simply vanish. 2 beautiful girls, one on the sunny West Coast, one on a snowy road in New England, linked by a mysterious fate. And as Elizabeth Vargas first reported in 2008, linked also by the families determined to find them.
In a time when the whole world can seem ripe with chaos and danger, if you were looking for a safe place to raise a family, chances are it would look like Corvallis, Oregon.
Corvallis is a really family-oriented town. It's kind of the small town feel, but you have a lot of opportunities because of the university. So it's a really fun town.
The town is about 54,000 people, full-time residents. A pretty nice, quiet town. The city of Corvallis is really safe. But we're also in the real world.
On May 24th, 2004, that more dangerous world surfaced in Corvallis when a young college co-ed disappeared in broad daylight. What happened to Brooke Wilberger is a mystery that got national attention. The story began on the grounds of a Corvallis apartment complex managed by Brooke's sister and brother-in-law. Brooke was visiting that week and helping with the maintenance chores.
At that particular time, she was actually cleaning the lampposts around the complex.
When Brooke didn't show up for lunch, her sister Stephanie began to worry. Brooke's car keys and purse were in their apartment. Her car was in the lot, but Brooke was nowhere to be found.
I got very nervous. We had exhausted every possibility. We had searched all of the apartments that she could possibly be working in. We looked everywhere. Then we called the police.
We had received a call about 3 o'clock saying that Brooke is missing. And the sergeant called me and said, we have this 19-year-old girl who's missing, and we need you to come out. Normally, we would wait, because adults can come and go as they please, and we would normally wait to see if she showed up maybe the next day.
But in this case, police action was immediate. From the very beginning, they sensed Brooke Wilberger was not the sort of young woman to disappear on her own.
It was amazing to us that they acted that fast. And I think one of the reasons was when they immediately just, did a quick check. Brooke was a great kid.
Police learned Brooke was one of 6 siblings in a tight-knit and devout Mormon family.
She taught Sunday